and NoonaTalk, welcome back to a brand new episode. It's a really exciting one, but before we get into all of that, please remember we do long form content. So strap in, lock in. If you are on Spotify, apparently it's making automatic chapters now. So there is a possibility you can scrub ahead to the exact right spot. I am looking into how I can make chapters myself. If you are watching us on YouTube, don't worry, got your back. Here I know how to make chapters. So I've definitely put those in. You can jump forward or you can stick around, listen to us chat, like unwind a little. And if you are also on YouTube, you will notice I have a different background today.
How come?
There's literally no reason. I just wanted to have a different background. I felt like it. If again you're listening to us and not watching us, that's completely fine. Usually there is a green leafy background for me, and today there's a plain black wall instead. Feeling the emotions, I guess. I don't know. It's the weather, the fact that we're in February. 2025 is already 1/11th of the wait, no. One no 2/12ths of the way done. Is that math?
I'm not doing the math in though.
But yeah, how are we already in February? What's going on with you, Sophia? What have you been up to in the last 2 weeks since our Mandu's last heard from you?
Honestly, I had a weird thing that happened to me in the night today where I don't know. So I clench my fists when I sleep. I did it in a way where my thumb was inside and then I slept on it. So I woke up with no feeling in my thumb and it was just warbled look. And I woke up being like, oh my God, have do I just lose a thumb now? And it's been 4 hours since I woke more, like 4 to 5 hours since I've woken up, and all feeling and movement is still not back in my thumb. And it's been an interesting day. Other than that, not that much. What about you?
I feel like there's nothing I can say to follow up with. Do I lose a thumb now? Now you're making me wonder, like, do I ever feel my thumbs? Do we ever, like, do you naturally go around feeling your thumbs? No, my 2 weeks have been great. I met an IRL baby army. Like, I and her mother run in the same circles, and I asked her who her bias was. She said Jimin, so she had great taste, clearly. And when I say baby army, I don't mean that they were new to being an army. I mean that they were like a baby. They were like barely in middle school. They were like, "Oh, I'm really excited because at my birthday this year, my mom's given me permission to start watching K dramas."
Oh, that's cute. Maybe we should do K dramas for beginners. Wait, we already have an episode about that, right?
We do. We did it with the K drama girls. Top 5 K dramas you should watch if you're trying to get into this. We will link it. You should go check it out. And even if you are a K drama expert, I think it's still a good shout. Like, you never know. Maybe there's something that you've not seen before.
Or maybe it's time to revisit some classics. Speaking of
Mm.
February, month of love, whatever, lame. I was thinking we should do an episode on K dramas to watch in Valentine's Day or in February, whatever. But I feel like all K dramas are just romantic. Like there is always some form of romance, love, whatever, brewing in K dramas. And so we decided to just do an episode on K dramas.
Yeah, this is going to be the ultimate K drama tropes ranking. I think this is it. This is going to be the largest one. You never have to look at another one again. And I feel like I don't know. I don't know if we're going to agree on all our ranks.
When you were like, we have to agree on it, I was like, I think it might be an inverse pyramid.
So this is our tier list. Instead of like the regular SAB, we have unhealthy obsession at the top, ironic
Mhm.
interest, whatever, I guess, screaming obscenities at the director, and death penalty, your honor. Before we get into this, this template was made by It's Marina on Twitter. Go look them up. Thank you so much for allowing us to use your template. First, and probably your favorite trope, share a room slash bed scene.
This is a very important trope because this is when you're forced to um you're
Confront
face
your
to
feelings.
face. Yeah, with the feelings that you've been avoiding, and then when you share a bed, you're forced proximity, and at night your guard is down, and obviously if you're sleeping with somebody in the same bed, that means trust is high and all of that. So I think it's the most pivotal part of building a relationship. This is an unhealthy
You
obsession for me. What about you?
I think yeah, for I it's definitely not an unhealthy obsession. I figured that that is what you would say. For me, it's whatever, I guess. Would you be willing to split the difference and place it in ironic interest?
See,
Like
no
that's really
matter what trope we hit at, like whether we're enemies to lovers, childhood friends to lovers, strangers to lovers, what is it turning? What is it that's turning that initial thing to lovers? It's that moment of realization. And I think sharing a bed is the ultimate moment of realization where you can hate someone, but you're in bed with them and now you love them. Like, why are we not obsessed?
okay, fine, fine. I feel like your passion is the reason why I'm agreeing and not for
Okay.
any other reason I'm pushing it up to unhealthy obsession. Next, enemies turned lovers. Now, this is a really popular one. And for a very long time, it was one of my like top three tropes. Instead of enemies to lovers, I prefer rivals to lovers, which is different. But yeah, no, enemies to lovers is always just really entertaining. I think that's why it shows up so often. It's a great trope because it's not specific to any generation of media or anything. Enemies can happen in any era of life, guys.
I think I feel you. I think because love and hate are such passionate emotions, enemies to lovers works because like you have such strong feelings about somebody, and like why do you have such strong feelings about somebody? Is it possibly love? It eventually is. Like again, back to my favorite K drama, Our Beloved Summer, where they just hate each other and they keep fighting, and then we find out why. Because they love each other. Personally, I'm between like whatever IG and ironic interest. I do like it, so like let's go for ironic interest.
Okay, okay. Back hugs. Why is this a trope? I am death penalty, your honor, but just because I don't even think this is a trope. Like, what do you mean, back hugs?
I feel like I'm leaning towards whatever IG because whatever IG, like, okay, it's a hug and it's from the back
No, no, that's
and
too like middle of the pack. It's too middle of the pack. Either like screaming obscenities,
okay, fine, we can go with Scream.
romance. What do you think?
Okay, I think it's cute, but am I watching a K drama for the bromance at the forefront?
A lot of Goblin fans watch it for the bromance because there is
Hmm.
literally nothing else that is good about that show. I think romances do show up in K dramas fairly often. Even like in something like Squid Game, I feel like in that one episode that we watched, go back and watch our K drama and K flop review for that. Even in that, I think bromance did show up. So I do think it's a very typical thing that is there. I you're right. I don't think I'm ever going to watch a show just because the bromance of it is good.
Yeah.
But I think it's whatever IG for me.
I agree. It's whatever IG. Like, it's good that it's there because I do feel like we need relationships outside of just like the romantic leads and second leads. And usually that's where you get the bromance. And I guess that's also an opportunity for people to give like some comedic situations as well. Like, there are
Hmm.
a lot of like, and also a lot of the times I feel like society allows women to have like close relationships with their friends and be more honest and open about their emotions, but men are kind of held back. And a lot of the times in K drama, bromances are where the main leads are comfortable sharing their emotions, or even if they're not sharing it, there's a person who knows how they feel. So I guess it's whatever IG for me as well.
Childhood friends romance. If there was ever a point of like a trope which is not good for me, like childhood friends romance is just like zero.
Has there ever been a K drama without this trope? Because I feel like every time you watch something, there'll be like some flashbacks that they keep having about a mysterious person in the distance from their childhood, and it's always like the main lead. You can, as an adult, develop emotions for someone who's not related to your childhood. Okay, Freud.
For me, it's just a big case of like, have you not grown as a person since you were a child? Like, can you not have independent interests since you were 6 years old? I know a lot of
Yeah,
people find comfort and romance in childhood friends, but like, no, it's a hard no for me. It's so boring.
It is, and it's very Bollywood. Like Rahul came back from UK after studies, and we met as children, and now we're in love again. Like, move on.
Okay, death penalty, Your Honor, then. 360-degree panorama of first kiss.
I don't want to watch other people kissing. Like, that is of zero interest to me. No, no value, zero, negative. Like, why are other people kissing and I'm watching? Like, that adds nothing to my life. That's the first part. Then there's the second part about how terribly awful K-pop, K-drama kisses are. Like, can we
Hmm.
go back to Park Seo Joon in Business? Wait, was it Business Proposal, right?
Park Seo Joon
No,
is not in Business Proposal.
no.
He's
What
in
is that?
Secretary Kim.
Yeah, what's wrong with Secretary Kim with his like passionate kiss scene? And okay, maybe that wasn't the 360-degree one. But it's just like it's so bad. Like it takes away from my life. So no, I don't want to watch a 360 panorama of the first kiss because clearly it looks like it's their first kiss and they need some practicing. Death penalty, Your Honor.
I don't think I have a problem watching people kiss. I think that's fine. But I feel like the 360-degree thing is the overkill. Like it's not integral to the story. It's a weird sexualization thing which I just don't get. It's not romantic. Even if we've had a great big build up and everything, it just doesn't feel romantic. I don't. Okay, I feel like now I've convinced myself into death penalty. Workaholic. In defense of this trope, I think it's very indicative of society. I think it's a very, very big problem. Even if you don't want to, you just have to be a workaholic to be able to get by. Other than that, why would you love somebody who is a workaholic?
I feel like this says something about our society, and I'll tell you what that tells us. Which are the countries which have the most money? Which are the segments of society who are earning the most? Asians. Why are they earning
Hmm.
the most? Because they're workaholic. Let's be honest. We have to get that coin, okay? Nobody can afford your fancy K drama bags and Louis Vuitton suits and like Dior lipsticks without all that money. And not all of us are born into wealth. And even if we are, we should increase that wealth. The Asian in me says that we should all be workaholics. And that's why it's an ironic interest.
Wow, okay, I did not realize you were this passionate about being working. I'm okay with ironic interest, genuinely. Like I think anything that's whatever, I'm okay with it not being there. Time gap. For me, it's a whatever. Like I don't think time gaps matter, especially if it's like explained.
Ironic obsession, honestly, because it moves the story forward and if done well can show good progression of like characters lives, like something like a Reply 1988 or something where you actually see them grow up from childhood. I think if that is what it's talking about, then I think yeah, time gap is, I guess, whatever, right? As long as you make it work.
Same. It's I also was like whatever because it's not a good or a bad. It's fine.
Hmm.
Destined connection. Anytime there is destiny or fate or any of these things, it's written in the stars and all of that. As such, I don't believe in these things and I don't want to believe in these things because I think there's magic and romance and beauty in the power of choice. I think the fact that you meet 1,000 people in your life and you choose a person despite the fact that you could have chosen 999 others, I think that is more impactful than the stars being like, hey, this one's for you. So I don't enjoy this as a trope at all. I don't like the fact that we walk around life saying, oh, it's just destiny. No, it's choices.
I do agree where I don't care for it. Like, no, figure it out yourself, make your own choices. Like, don't keep ending up. Like, that's kind of toxic because what if that person is like not nice, but you still have to be with them because you're like destiny? Like, oh my god, screw destiny. Let's get creative. What's a trope I would want to watch is like destined together and you reject it and you pick somebody else. Like, that's a good trope.
I think there is a movie like that with Will Smith and Charlize Theron. Okay, where are we placing Destined Connection? Because for me, I think it is screaming obscenities at the director.
I agree. It's not death penalty because like sometimes okay, you have to add it in, I guess. Whatever.
Forehead flick. I think this for me has the same reaction as back hugs.
I feel it's death penalty, Your Honor, because it's so annoying. Like, why are you flicking me? Shut up, I'll punch you.
Like maybe it's a very mild form of violence, but why? And why is it a trope? Why is it
Yeah,
happening
yeah.
so much? in your writing? Like, who is writing these screenplays where they sit down and they're like, and then he reached over and flicked her on the forehead. Laughter ensues.
Like it's giving like in Bollywood movies, they're like pugly, like forehead flick, like that's and it's like very demeaning. Like shut up.
I mean, I could be wrong. I feel like majority of this is male to female character versus male to male or
Misogyny.
female. It reeks of misogyny. So yeah, death penalty, your honor. Next is the confrontation. The confession confrontation. Is that what it
Oh.
means?
I thought it's like when all the misunderstandings are like put out there.
It could be. I think we can decide. We can choose our own trope destiny. It has to happen. It has to happen, right? If you're putting in the misunderstandings, then the confrontation has to happen.
I feel like again important to the trope because it's not just whatever IG. It's like why didn't you show up on that day? And it's like it's because my mother was dying while I was like getting water for you from the well, like that kind of things. Like you're like oh my god you love me all this while, and I was thinking that you didn't, which is what happens in Our Beloved Summer, where she kind of like ghosts him because she wants him to like live his best life. And that's a lot of the time, like, oh, whatever, you're stupid and you shouldn't have to like leave your lover because you want them to live your best life. Because that's a choice they get to make. But it comes from a place of like love, or what if you're going through something like poverty? Like, where were you for the past 10 years? And you were like, I was building a house with my bare hands so we could live in it together while I have no communication with you. So, it's like, it's so important for the plot because if it's not just a whatever, it's the most important part. Like if there is no confrontation, then there's just misunderstandings, and then you live happily away from each other and the lovers don't get together. And in the spirit of Valentine's Day, even though I was like love whatever, I think ironic interest.
Am I passionate enough to agree to an ironic interest? Okay, I think so.
Like, aren't you
I
always
still,
waiting for this episode? Because I'm always waiting for the confrontation episode, and then I don't even watch the happily ever after episode because I'm like, it's okay, now they know.
because sometimes I just feel like maybe you do need to live happily away from each other. Next, arranged marriage. Unhealthy obsession. Absolutely love it. It's always entertaining. It's always really funny. Even if it's not written that way, even if it's not meant to be funny, I always have such a great time with arranged marriage because there's always like, ooh, what does it mean? Ooh. And I think you have your dating phase after you've been married, and there's the guarantee that you have to still end up together. I think that's great. I always enjoy arranged marriage.
Tell me you're desi without telling me you're desi. You're like, yes, arranged marriage is 100% okay, Seema auntie. Okay, I was gonna go towards whatever IG, but I feel you because yeah, it's always fun and it's always like there's always like a strong reason. I love when it's like arranged because they're famous and it's like I guess that's a fake marriage. That's not arranged marriage.
Like, it can be fake and arranged.
Okay, fine. I also feel like a lot of like all those Joseon dynasty or historical K dramas have arranged marriage, obviously because they're historical. And yeah, it always comes with like fun tropes or like angst.
Hmm.
And as a lover of angst, where it's like they don't really know each other initially, but eventually they fall in love. But like now you've already like there's always some enemies turned lovers in there as well, because you're like, oh, I hate you, why are we together? And then at the end, and then there's like sharing a bed scene, which is, as we know, unhealthy obsession. Okay, you know what? I'm sold.
We got both our faves in the unhealthy obsession. Next, prudish maiden protagonist, death penalty, your honor. I don't even think we need to talk about this. Do we?
No. What are
Okay.
some K dramas with like prudish main?
No, yeah, I don't think I've ever watched any because I think anytime I've seen a trailer or it starts veering into that direction, I've just never watched any. Like, I put my hands up. I'm like, no, I'm G.
Yeah, like I want my K drama girls and boys to be like rebellious. Like, don't be a prude. Go against the grain.
Okay, next. Cliffhanger ending.
Death penalty, your honor.
Oh, really? I didn't think you'd say that. Okay. For me, it's screaming obscenities at the director. Why am I strapping in for 16 episodes for you to leave me hanging?
Yeah, like I don't mind when it's in the middle of the show, but like
Hmm.
at the end of the season, like, are you serious?
Like, don't leave it up to my assumption. Don't let me guess what happened. I want to know what happened, and then I want to make an opinion based on what you tell me happened.
But I did watch Alchemy of Souls that had like a cliffhanger ending after the first season. And in the second season, they just changed the actress, which was super weird.
So death penalty or screaming obscenities?
Screaming obscenities, I guess.
Umbrella sharing scene. Is it a trope? I didn't realize it would be that much of a trope. I don't know if I have that strong feelings about it. I didn't even that's what like I said, I don't didn't even realize it was that big a trope.
Yeah, it's a little lame, but I feel about it how I feel about back hugs, where I get that it's like it's a part of like showing affection, and it's raining and the actress is like stuck in at office because she's a workaholic. She doesn't know how to get home. It's totally referencing to Queen of Tears. But she's like, oh no, how do I get home? And then like what's his name? Son? Cute guy. Wait
Mm.
for it. I know his name. Kim So-yoon comes there with an umbrella. So it's not about the umbrella sharing part. It's about like this person who's showing that they care for you and also they're hot.
What is it in whatever IG?
I guess, yeah.
Next, forceful risk grabbing, immediately death penalty, Your Honor. Immediately.
Misogyny. Maybe just screaming obscenities.
Ah, okay, fine. Okay,
What if
secret
it's a
pregnancy.
gentle wrist grab? It's not like a. It's like a.
Even then, I feel like anytime you have to engage physically to resist anything or to convince somebody to do something, it just doesn't feel like that's going to work. Okay, secret pregnancy. Another one of those things like the umbrella sharing scene. Is it that big a trope? Like, does this happen so much that it's a trope?
But yeah, I guess it's whatever IG. I have no special feelings towards it.
Yeah, I'll agree with you because I don't think I've ever seen it in anything.
Okay.
Okay,
I've seen it.
hidden
Okay, there
slash
was this
secret.
one. Sorry. There was
Okay.
this one show, Our Blues, which was like like it was multiple stories where there were these
Hmm.
two teenagers and then she gets pregnant and like that was like I think teenage pregnancy, that was a separate trope. It was a secret, but I guess
Mm.
that could be one where it works. It depends.
Okay. Hidden slash secret identity. Again, I don't think I can name very many K dramas that I've watched this in, but honestly, ironic interest because it's a big payoff. Like I feel like it always is a strong plot line, encompasses a fair amount of episodes. It's not just like a one and done. It almost always results in something. There's always like fallout from the reveal of the secret identity as well. Um, I would honestly put it ironic interest.
Yeah, like it's a very common trope actually when we think about it. Like because if you're like on a mission or something, then you have to pretend to be someone else.
Yeah, I think it's a strong plot point. Fleeing abroad, literally, I can again think of only Crash Landing on You. Whatever, I guess. Like, I mean, I think it was integral to that particular story. Why is nothing but Born Identity series coming to my brain right now, which is not even a K drama or not even a TV show actually.
Yeah, I guess whatever, IG.
Okay, drawn out misunderstandings, screaming obscenities at the director. It is not required. Let's wrap it up. Once you've had some misunderstanding, we've talked about like the confrontation being relatively important. Once you've had that, like move on. Like at that point, you've just run out of story and you're filling out your designated amount of like episodes that you've signed a contract for.
But like what is love without misunderstanding? Let's be real. Like healthy communication, nobody is watching a K-drama for healthy communication. Obviously, you have to have a lot of misunderstanding. Some of it may stem from like you needing a therapist, most of them. But ironic interest?
No, no, I have to push back because like it's so like you've already established your angst with regular misunderstandings. So at some point there has to be resolution and you have to move on. If you're going to keep arguing about the same thing for the next 4 episodes, that's just you're not going to watch that. Even you know that.
Okay, fine. Let's scream obscenities at the director.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, love triangle. Honestly,
Yes.
I can't tell if it's either unhealthy obsession or ironic interest because the payout from this story trope always massive, always. It's either going to end up like banter and fun, it's either going to be dramatic and fun, but fun is always there.
Yeah, and I think it adds a sense of competition, like who will they choose? Like there's mystery. Honestly, one of my favorite love triangle shows was Love Alarm, which is like a weird show where you get like matched with someone on an app and that's your true love. And like this girl gets matched with two people and like woo. And but I think every like there's so many love triangle K dramas and I love all of them because it adds a fun, it adds a challenge to them getting together, and I think that's important. Unhealthy obsession.
Agreed. Seductress, whatever IG for me.
I'm an ironic interest. Like, yes, sexy lady, go ahead. Be hot on
But
screen.
my only thing is like, is it a plot point? Is it a trope? Like, what? Isn't it just a character? Yeah,
Mm,
that's why I'm like, whatever.
fine, I guess. Whatever, IG.
Okay, ugly duckling transformation, ironic interest. I don't agree with it. I don't think it sells a good idea to young women or young people watching the shows, that you need to transform into something else that you look like. But I also think it's extremely indicative of society, of how we perceive beauty and societal standards of that. Yeah, ironic interest.
No. Personally, I'm a death penalty, Your Honor. Like, I don't find them amusing or interesting at all. Like, it's kind of boring. Okay, you can put makeup and get plastic surgery and changes nothing for me. And also, if that's how superficial your characters are, I don't give a shit about them.
Okay, I kind of want to agree with you just because I feel really called out right now.
You
No,
can
it's
enjoy
okay.
it.
CEO and secretary romance, death penalty. This should not exist. The insane power imbalance, the insane like abuse of privilege. No, I'm so sorry. How is this? Why are we still doing this?
Yeah, I agree. I'm just like it's cute in the 90s, but we are in 2024. Please,
Five.
25. Can we at least have like some HR policies in place?
Exactly. Yeah. Are we expected to believe that the entirety of South Korea does not have HR policies? Okay. Shy hand holding. Oh no, I think I have an unhealthy obsession. It's cute. Regular hand holding is also cute, but shy hand holding? Weak.
Mm,
Melted.
I agree, especially when it's like either you're like afraid of being together or it's like the first time you've ever felt the touch of another person and wanted it, whatever that is. I'm here for it.
Mm, very cute. Yeah. Okay. Piggyback rides. I think it for me is the same as back hugs. Just like, mm,
You know what I want to see? When the I want the male lead to get a piggyback right from the female lead? Because let's be honest, that's what we actually need in life.
I don't think usually how they cast these shows, the women are always diminutive, tiny, men are always big. So like, they don't I don't think they can carry them. Not because of strength, but just because like their legs would just
Height,
touch the ground anyway.
I guess. But piggyback rides are cute, and sometimes there's like bromance with piggyback rides as well. A lot of the times it's
Mm,
because the other person is drunk. But yeah, I
I
guess
didn't think of the bromance aspect.
ironic. I'm not whatever about it. It's cute.
Shirtless scenes, screaming obscenities. You are cloud chasing, you're a little cloud goblin who's like, oh, come and eat up all of my shirtless scenes. Nom, 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 nom.
Okay, but sometimes we do want to see some chest. Like, let's be honest. Are we not? Like, okay, Park Seo Joon might not be our favorite actor, but all these actors work so hard. Like, they're at the gym just working on their fitness. They need a witness.
Then
Like,
they should
show
just post
us.
it on their Instagrams. I don't think it deserves to be written into TV shows. And the way that it's written in. Like if it comes up casually or like it's a lot more organic way, maybe, but they start playing the da-da-da-da-dum music and like suddenly the shirt comes. Why do you want to play shirtless scenes?
Fine, we can scream obscenities at the director. I'm screaming it in a great way. I'm like, ah!
Stalking.
No.
Um, why? Just death penalty.
Yeah, a crime. That's a crime.
Yeah, yeah, it is actually. Okay, next. Fish kiss.
What?
What? Are fish kissing or is it the thing that you do with your mouth when you make a fish shape and kiss? And is that common that it's a trope?
If it's happening, I'm screaming obscenities at the director.
Okay. Okay,
Either
let's
way,
go. I
both
think,
of
uh,
those.
yeah. And this is probably my favorite, like just the fact that this is included in the thing. It's called characters exclusively drink Americano, TM.
Not Americano. I know like iced Americano is like the Korean drink, like standard. And you would think, okay, it's a cold country. As someone who's been living in a cold place for a while now, I'm kind of tired of drinking hot beverages, so I've switched exclusively to iced lattes. And like, let's be honest, if you are like a skinny gal and you get paid to stay skinny in a skinny obsessed society, are you really putting milk and sugar in your coffee? No, you're just gonna have whatever gets you through the night through a 14-hour shooting day. And I think Americano also works with our office workaholic obsessed characters, is a great one. Unhealthy obsession.
Unhealthy obsession. Oh my god, I thought you'd say ironic interest.
Fine ironic interest. I was just being dramatic.
Oh, okay. I mean, I also would have said ironic interest despite the whole thing because I just think it's very funny that this is such a specific thing that they have decided to make a thing. High school setting, and for me, honestly, unless it's a flashback, unless it's like the first beginning thing to start your story off, it's a skip because I don't know. Where unless no, almost always the actors are adults. Why are they playing high school students?
Like personally, I would rather adults play high school students than high school students. I guess some of the storylines are like weird, and do we really want a child to go through with it? No. I don't mind. I'm very whatever IG. I guess as long as it works for the story, I don't mind. Like Save Me was Oktake on K drama, which is about a cult. It was about these kids in high school, and one of their classmates' family moves them to a cult, and these high school kids save her. So it could be important. I guess I'm whatever
Okay,
IG.
same. I think it's whatever IG as well. I agree. Bullying is a death penalty on honor for me. I know we got two whole parts, seasons of The Glory, which was just basically about bullying. And again, I think it's just something that happens in society a lot, especially in South Korean society. But should we keep showcasing it?
Yeah, I'm a little done with it. Like I don't enjoy it. I get screaming
Mm,
obscenities at the director.
okay, screaming obscenities is fine. Dramatic rain scenes.
It's a no for me. Just because it's like cold and wet. Like, can we be romantic somewhere else?
Okay. I think I enjoy it just because of the drama. I don't particularly care about the rain. And a lot of them have flawless makeup, which is always like waterproof. So we don't even get those like running mascara scenes anymore that we used to back in like the 80s. So
Mm.
it's not even as enjoyable anymore. So I'm okay being like whatever IG.
Yeah, I'm okay with that as well.
Drunk confession. What do you think? Because I think I'm conflicted about this.
I think ironic interest because sometimes you are like emotionally constipated and need therapy. Like I said, all K drama actors and actresses do. So yeah, sometimes you need a little alcohol to tell your lover that you really love them and you don't hate them and you haven't been avoiding them. And then you can forget about it. So, you don't have to deal with like, oh my God, what did I do?
The consequences of your actions, you don't have to deal with that.
Exactly. So I'm like ironic interest, whatever IG.
I'm a little conflicted in that it's such a common trope. It shows up constantly, and you do. I mean, there's this whole thing of like you speak the truth because you're uninhibited because the alcohol's in your system. But yeah, I don't like the forget about it the next day part, which is why I'm a little like I don't know if I enjoy it as much. So, but I don't know if I. It's a whatever IG. I wish there was another thing between ironic interest and whatever IG.
Let's scream obscenities at the director. It's okay.
Wow, you're like completely putting it down. Okay, I'm fine. Yeah, corny script, screaming
Death
obscenities at the
penalty.
director. I don't even think we need to death. Oh wait, sorry, you said death penalty.
Yeah. I don't want it. I
Okay,
don't need it.
yeah, at least yeah, like write better. Contract marriage relationship. Hey, that's your the fake marriage thing that you spoke about.
Yeah, yeah. I think ironic interest, not unhealthy.
Harsh. I agree. Okay, get ready with me. Style transition scene.
Whatever IG.
Yeah, I think I agree. I don't know how like popular it is that it shows up that much anyway. Workplace romance, I think it comes back to the are there no HR
Unhealthy.
policies in South Korea?
Oh, I'm into unhealthy obsession.
Oh, really? No, but I was gonna say, do you not have workplace policies? But if it is equal level co-workers or something like that, then it's fine.
Or different departments. Like, I guess CEO secretary is
Hmm.
a very specific trope, whereas like generally workplace, like you spend most of your time at the workplace, why not find your partner there?
Yeah, yeah, and then it at least incentivizes you to go to work, which, as we've
Yeah.
established, is very important to get your money.
Yeah, and then you can start working together and earn more money.
Love that. Okay. So unhealthy obsession.
Okay, fine, you can do ironic interest.
Oh no, we this the our tier list has become too big. It's not even fitting in one screen
Oh
anymore.
no.
College
Again, what
university set.
again, whatever IG, if it's college, school, office. Office is
Mm.
important, but college is whatever.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I feel like a lot of the college ones that I have watched seem to always end in marriage proposals. Like they always wait for graduation to propose to the female lead always, and it's just like, no, I don't. I do not enjoy that.
Wait, what is that very popular one that's based? Is that based in a college where they kidnap that girl? Boys Over Flowers?
It's based in high school.
Oh, none
That's
of
why they're
them
all
look like.
wearing uniforms.
I see. Yeah,
Mm.
whatever.
Slow mo replays. I would like to scream obscenities.
Yeah, like I saw it. My eyes work.
Yeah,
It's.
I you don't need to show me the same thing that I just saw a while ago. Unless it's like we're on episode 16 and you're showing me something from episode 2. Even then, it,
Hmm.
it doesn't need to be in slow mo.
Yeah, I agree. Like my eyes work fine. We are not watching a cricket match. Let's move on.
Yeah, and I think the only, unless you're doing like magic and like it's close up magic and there was some like distraction that was going on the other side and they need you to look at that now, then maybe. But yeah, overall, it's a skip.
Yeah, death penalty. Like,
Death
do better.
penalty. Whisper yelling so that everyone can hear. But it is whatever IG for me. Like, I don't know
Hmm.
if it's enough of value from this trope that I get.
Yeah, I agree.
Glamorizing abusive relationships.
Death penalty, Your Honor.
Yeah, I there is no argument to be made here. There is literally nothing. This one I'm a little confused about. Accidental romantic progress? What does that mean?
Like, is it like when you slip onto someone and you fall onto them and you kiss and you're like, whoa?
Or is it like both of you, or like you have a crush on your work colleague and then your work colleague's like, oh, I got you an Americano, and it's like, whoa, what does this mean?
Hmm.
But how is that an accident? Actually, I have no
Or
idea.
like you get flowers for your mom and you just keep them at the desk and you're like, oh my god, he got flowers for me?
Oh, see, that's the accident. Okay, you know what, ironic interest.
Yeah, I get it. Like, push it forward.
And our final one, and I think I can guess what we're going to say, but age gap romance.
Death penalty, Your Honor. If you want to know how we
Yeah, I
truly
think,
feel about it, watch our Goblin review.
yeah, Goblin review, our first C drama review as well. I think age gaps are something we both of us just cannot enjoy, and I think it kind of falls under glamorizing abusive relationships because that's
Agreed.
what it is, an abusive relationship. So that is our exhaustive, extensive, massive tier list. Of about nearly 50 different K drama tropes, which is an insane number. And if you go on to find this template by its underscore Marina, there are more. She has listed more K drama tropes. We don't have the bandwidth to keep going. But what did you guys think? Did we have any controversial ones? Do you think we had any controversial ones? I don't think so.
I mean, let us know in the comments. I'm sure some people love age gap romances.
You know what? Some people love back hugs. We're gonna get some back hug people coming into our comments being like, how dare you? Back hug saved my life. Okay, we will be back in exactly 2 weeks with a brand new episode right here on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're just listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, anywhere else where you can get and listen to podcasts, we will be back there too, also in 2 weeks. This time with maybe a change up, maybe something about K-pop, maybe something about K-drama. Who knows? You can keep up with us on Instagram at NoonaTalk, exactly like it sounds. Till then, I was Zara.
Now, Sophia, we'll see you next time.
Bye.